Hello there guys, welcome to the channel where today we have something to talk about. I made a video a while back where we discussed the difference between Clone Wars Anakin and movie Anakin. Most of you really enjoyed that discussion, and of course I saw a lot of opinions by all of you, which I really like. I really enjoy talking to you guys and overseeing these things more in depth. These videos wouldn't matter if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you. Thank you so much for the support, but enough of this sentimental bullshit. Let's get to what we are here for, and that's Anakin Skywalker. We all know that when the Clone Wars series was first introduced, nobody could recognize this new Anakin. To some, he just differed slightly from the Hayden Christensen Anakin, but for others, it was drastically different. Other than obviously a deeper voice, which came from Matt Lanter, and a darker, cooler character model, what are the real, actual differences between these two portrayals? Why sometimes people feel like they're seeing a different Anakin in the Clone Wars than in the movies, and that's the main purpose for this video. Did the Clone Wars actually change how you saw Anakin forever? To start things off, let's begin with Episode 2 Anakin. In that episode, Anakin is seen as somewhat of a bumbling action hero. Not just that, of course, but many felt like in Episode 2 they started things off really bad with that Anakin portrayal, of course. Here is the crux of the problem. The series gave us something in Anakin that the films did not or could not, and that's character development. In the Clone Wars series, we see Anakin to be a kind, loving, caring, and often gentle person. Most importantly, we see the friendship between him and Obi-Wan. And with time, we see it become strained due to conflicting ideals. To put this in perspective, here is the Clone Wars version of how Anakin appreciates and saves the clones, his comrades.
There he is, sir. We'll have to work fast. There must be 100 droids in that hangar, not to mention the starfighters. This is stretching it even for you, sir.
Rex, you're beginning to sound like Obi-Wan. You got a better idea?
Look, I don't doubt you could pull it off, but I'm just not sure Foz and I would be around to see it happen.
And here is Anakin in the film.
They're all over me! Get the fuck away!
I'm gonna go help them out. No, they are doing their job.
Then we can do ours.
You see what I mean? It's not that he doesn't care about the clones at all in Revenge of the Sith, but it's a short second and a minuscule moment that the audience just does not connect. They do not feel it. Plus, he doesn't even get to save the clones since Obi-Wan orders him not to. While we like to blame George Lucas, the reality of it is that the Clone Wars had the luxury of time. More than 20 episodes every season and arcs within those seasons that develop not only Anakin's character, but every single Jedi, clone, even bounty hunter. If you think about it, Hayden Christensen, and by that account George Lucas, had only 2 movies or 4 hours to convince us that Anakin is this complex character that we should understand, but it definitely was an uphill battle. A lot of fans criticized the Anakin portrayal in the movies. They felt like that could never be the Vader that we saw in A New Hope and in Empire Strikes Back. I don't know, I personally love the prequels when I was a kid. I mean, I grew up with them, and as much as I could see why people were iffy about it when I grew up, I still hold these movies near and dear to my heart. But there was just not enough time to explore the Anakin character, and that's precisely where the Clone Wars used that advantage of many episodes and long arcs where they could explore Anakin to the fullest. That's where mainly people get divided. Those who like the Clone Wars Anakin point this out as the most obvious point. They saw and fell in love with Anakin as a character because they had time to process it more. They saw him as a Jedi general, something that we don't get to see much in the movies. He was a risk taker, a very hands-on Jedi, and put himself in the firing line if he had to. But the Clone Wars showed us one of his biggest weaknesses. He didn't always think things through and was prone to overconfidence most of the time. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that he was reckless. So because of his recklessness, consciousness. He was then able to come up with ideas on the fly and was able to fool even extremely smart individuals like Dooku, for example. Now guys, please don't get it twisted. We are giving a lot of credit to the Clone Wars Anakin, yes, but keep this in mind always. Dave Filoni was inspired by the Revenge of the Sith Anakin. His look, his dark feel around him, everything. George made sure that they don't deviate a lot from the movie Anakin, and especially Revenge of the Sith. So again, don't get it twisted. The OG Anakin was Hayden Christensen, and he will always be. Without him, Clone Wars Anakin would clearly be different and perhaps not as good. In conclusion though, Clone Wars Anakin benefited from a lot of things. Time mostly to develop, and some awesome storylines, of course. What do you think are some other reasons, guys? If you feel like I left something out, then go ahead and comment down below. I would love to know what you guys think as well. Let's get the talk going down below. Thanks a lot, dudes, for stopping by. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up and hit that bell to get notified the moment a new video is up. Have an awesome day, my friends, and may the Force be with you always.